Hello everyone, this is Marta and today we're gonna do some yoga with focus on your balance. We will start in tabletop position with some cat-cow rounds. Drop your belly, inhale, stretch your back, exhale. As you inhale, look up. As you exhale, look on your belly button. Palms right under your shoulders, knees right under your hips. And do some rounds on your own. Now stretch your left leg out of your mat and your right arm up into the sky and thread the needle pose. Your left arm can rest on your back. Please rest on your shoulder, but not on your neck. Help yourself to get back up and let's do side body stretch. So take your left leg to the other side of the mat. And don't hold your breath. And let's do this on the other side. So right leg stretch out of your mat and reach with your left arm high in the sky and thread the needle pose. Don't hold your breath. And help yourself to get back up, and before we move forward, let's do side body stretch. So really feel your side body stretching. And it is time to activate your toes and let's meet in our first downward facing dog. Paddle your feet, stretch your back. And let's move to high plank. Inhale, exhale with chaturanga. And baby cobra. Exhale. Inhale, baby cobra one more time. Exhale. One more time. Exhale, lower down and back to downward facing dog. And let's walk to the top of the mat. Bend your knees. Cross your arms and swing a little from one side to another. You can say yes and no with your head. And with next inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend down. And with next inhale, let's move up into the standing position. Now let's stay here in mountain pose. So your fingers are wide open, your legs are strong, core activated. Just stand here and breathe. And we are ready for chair pose. Imagine that you want to sit down on a chair and take your hands up into the sky. Now let's do a twist. Try to take your hands right to heart chakra. And back to chair pose. Don't hold your breath. Now slide your left leg behind you and let's do a high lunge. Inhale, raise up. So inhale, raise up, hands to heart chakra, and let's move to warrior 2. And if you can, lift your toes up. Reverse warrior. Lift your toes if it's possible. And let's move to triangle. Stretch both of your legs. And back to warrior 2. And let's do warrior 3 with open arms. This is challenging for your balance, I know. I'm struggling too, as you can see. But hold in there and back to warrior 2. And take your time to get back to high lunge and downward facing dog. Rest in down dog. And then let's move with the flow. So on your own you can do high plank, chaturanga, baby cobra. With next baby cobra, maybe look over on your right shoulder, on your left shoulder, and then go back to downward facing dog. And let's walk back on the top of our mats. And let's do a few rounds of forward fold and halfway lift. So as you inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And let's raise up in mountain position. And after this, we are ready to do chair pose once again. Okay, inhale, hands up, and exhale, sit in your chair. And with next exhale, rotate to your side. Remember, your hands are right to your heart chakra, so in the middle of your chest. And let's go back to the chair pose. And slide that leg back. So inhale, high lunge. Exhale, hands to heart. And let's slowly move to reverse warrior. sorry, not reverse warrior, but let's start with warrior 2. So your toes up. Now it's time for reverse warrior, your toes up. Let's move to triangle pose. And back to warrior 2, and then make yourself do the warrior 3 with open arms. It's okay to shake a little, but you are doing great. And back to warrior 2, and let's meet in downward facing dog. And once again, after this downward facing dog, we are gonna move with the flow. So it's high plank, down with chaturanga, and baby cobra or cobra, your choice. And let's move back to downward facing dog. Let's take a few deep breaths in here. Remember, this is a relaxing pose. So try to stretch your shoulders, try to stretch your back, stretch your hamstrings. And it is time for 3-leg down dog. So take one leg up and let's take a big step between your hands. And whenever you're ready, let's get you in warrior 3. Take your feet down and let's do a diver's pose. You are up on your toes and just stay in here. Let's do a chair pose. Challenge yourself, challenge your balance. Let's move back to high lunge and let's meet in downward facing dog. And let's do this on the other side. So big step forward, high lunge, warrior 3. When you are ready, take your feet back down and move into the diver's pose. Core engaged, strong arms. I know it's not as easy as we would like it to be. And chair pose. And back to high lunge. Downward facing dog, and I think it's time to rest a little. So let's move into child's pose, big toes together, forehead on your mat, and let's take some deep breaths in this pose. And let's move to a seated position. Inhale. And as you exhale, let's take a boat position for some balance boost as well. Just hold this pose and try to breathe slowly. core engaged. And let's move to a regular side plank. If you want, you can take one leg up into the fallen tree position, or you can do just a regular plank. And send your leg back. Sit down. And let's do a wild thing, so stretch your side body. And let's do this sequence on the other side as well. So let's start with boat pose once again. Hold it here and just breathe. And let's move to side plank. Don't hold your breath. I know this is challenging for your balance, as you can see. I'm struggling too. Hold on, you can do this. And it is time for wild thing, so stretch that side body. And let's move to child's pose for some resting. Big toes together, knees wide open, forehead rests on the mat. And let's get back to downward facing dog and walk to the back of your mat. It is time for some more balance training. As I said this is balance yoga. So take one foot up to your ankle, your knee, or inner thigh. What is more comfortable to you? Inhale and hands to heart and just stay in here. Don't hold your breath. And when you are ready, try to squat down a little deeper and let's do eagle pose. And I'm gonna change my side so you can see better, but let's do dancer's pose. So take your feet with your arm. Try to look in one point. It always helps me to concentrate better. Strong arms, strong core. And let's do this with other leg as well. So take your feet up, your ankle, your knee, or inner thigh, your choice. And just staying there. It is time for eagle pose. Squat down. And And once again, let's do dancer's pose. This pose really is good for your balance training. Just don't give up, guys. We will master this. Okay, and we are almost finished with this yoga session, so let's move into pigeon pose for some leg stretching. So one leg in front of you, and you can lay down. You can lay down if it's possible. And you should feel your glutes and your hamstring stretching. You can lay your forehead on the mat if it's possible. And let's switch legs. Take a deep breath in and long breath out. Try to feel your hamstring stretching. And let's move back to downward facing dog with upward facing dog. So your hip stays up. Look up. Stretch your back. Back to downward facing dog. And let's end with some cat and cow rounds. Do it on your own tempo. Just inhale and exhale. Feel your body. Freestyle if it's necessary. Take your time. Let's move into a seated position and do a seated spinal twist. So inhale, raise up. And as you exhale, rotate. Let's do this on the other side. So inhale, raise up, and as you exhale, rotate. And last thing, let's do full side body stretch. I love this pose. And let's do it on the other side. Take a deep breath in, feel your body stretching. And that is it for today's workout. It was a good balance training. You all did an amazing job, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.